All right, we have a couple of hours to stream tonight, and then I gotta get off, and go to bed. But uh, did get a couple of logbooks, and I found the boss. And I also kind of wanted to test out the logbooks and see maybe if they're viable now since the rest of the game is so bad. So we'll see how this goes. I do not remember this fight at all. I have no idea what I'm walking into. Thank God they reduced the penalty. I am at level 90 and I don't want to die. And then also you get a couple of attempts, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna have to learn the mechanics here. I remember there's some like dot shit that you need to be careful of. Oh, this is gonna be fine. This lightning shot never shocks, dude. I think that's the cold dot stuff, if I'm not mistaken. Or something, I don't know. Stand out of the AoE, that's all I'm doing here. I guess my evasion blocks that. Okay, well, tier 1 is free. Alright, we'll see if the rest of the expedition does anything for us. I'm hoping for, like, I guess some exotic coins. I don't really know. If I can get, like, a little bit out of this, obviously you choose Black Scythe because it's your best value for artifacts, right? So when you miss the boss, maybe you can get some value. I don't really know how much artifacts I'm really going to get out of this. But we'll see. It'd be cool if they, like, buffed this and didn't tell anybody about it. Hey, some waystones. We'll take that. I should put these points in before I forget. Actually, I need to double check this. Make sure they didn't make any changes. 3% increased quantity. I think that's nerf. It used to be 50, right? Runic, actually, I might have messed up here when I made that video. I think going into these points first might be best because this isn't really that big. Because your chests are the biggest thing, right? So in expedition, so I think I'll do that first. And when I get my second point, I'll go into the other one. Okay, so it looks like, I mean, you get a little bit of currency back, right? Like nothing crazy. I don't know if it's worth the time or not to run this over just finding more logbooks yourself. I was hoping that if I got a bunch back, then I could just keep buying the logbooks over and over until I had all my points, because ideally you want to get them as quick as possible. Um, I also found out you get 3-to-1 catalyst, which I didn't know. I just gave it a shot earlier and it actually works, which is insane. Yeah, this is not. Looks like logbooks are still pretty grim. So, I think I'm just going to self-farm the books myself. I'm not going to buy them. Because he's not like a super common spawn chance. And I don't want to spend all my currency trying to buy a bunch of logbooks looking for the boss. We get lucky. That'd be insane. Just double and triple check here. Nope. All right, so I've worked over to this tower. Aside from that video, now I want to work over this tower, and then I'm going to come back in and start hitting all this stuff here. Man, okay. I finally started dropping currency. I hit rarity on my map, and I hit rare monsters have +1 projectiles. and I actually started dropping some currency. It felt so foreign to me actually seeing some currency out of the rare monsters. Like the rare monster modifier that they removed is so insanely impactful. Um, that is by far the most valuable mod you can get on your map, I think. Dude, this bow is the reason this bow is such a killer is because it's good, right? It's got the multi proj, which is just really strong for clear. But the problem is the fizz damage is really hard to hit, and so every time I want to update or like try and fix it, I have to remove the prefixes, which cuts my DPS down drastically. And if I miss hitting the fizz damage again when I roll, then I'm stuck with like this 234 DPS bow. It's so bad. And like it happened again, right? I had it up to like 80 or 90 fizz damage increase. It was really nice. Felt great. And then like ideally I'm trying to get up to I don't even know, like 120 increased fizz DPS would be like acceptable to me. Um, but every time I remove it, I go to reapply the prefixes and I miss like 5 or 6 in a row, which is 9 or 10 divine. So it's just fucking brutal. And then whenever I risk it, like my character just goes to shit when I don't have the fizz DPS on it. So it sucks. I think I should buy another bow that I can use until I finish this. But that's also really expensive. And all my currency is going back into Sinister Annulments right now. Pretty sure that breach closed. I wasn't really paying attention. I've been trying to pick up the splinters as I go. I think that's like the nicest way to clear this breach. What I said is the best modifier in the map. Rare monsters have one additional modifier. I hit that with increased rarity, like 80% increased rarity or something, and like I finally started dropping some currency from breach in the rare monsters. It's hyper rare. There's nothing you can do to get it other than luck. But when you do hit it, um, since I don't have tons of map sustain right now, like what I usually do when I roll a bunch of maps is, uh, I take my decent ones like this, and I set them over here to run, and then the ones that hit really well, I put aside, and like the rarity and rare monster one, I put aside, and I'll run that on. Where's my maps? I'll run that on a good tier map, like I ran it on Step, right? Anything with an open layout where you can get a lot of value out of your breach, something like that, or yeah, these steps. This is where I would use my high tier maps on. And you can really feel that chaos resist. It sucks that you can't use a curse on the mount. The only time I really curse is if I have to jump off my mount on a boss fight or something. But it is a pretty substantial DPS increase, unfortunately. No curses while on mounts. Expedition's pretty straightforward. Just looking for quantity, drop by monsters, and as many chest markers as you can. It really sucks if this is laid out like this because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get back up to this chest here. It's a lot of monster packs. If you hit Tujin, then I prioritize artifacts a little more. But outside of that, I don't really care about the artifacts. I think that'll be the best way to do it. I'm just kind of experimenting with this at the moment, but also strafe left and right. Those AoEs are dangerous. Yeah, it's a lot of artifacts. I think you can get a good bit of exalts from that whenever you run into Tujin because those are somewhat valuable. And then rarity on your chest, I think, will scale up the currency that they drop. So quantity and rarity on your chest is what I'm looking for on the remnants. I'm picking up all the Gemini bows, just trying to hit a high fizz damage that I can fracture properly. You want to fracture the physical damage increase, not the flat fizz. It is so much harder to hit physical damage increase. The weightings are like abysmal. I think I left all those artifacts on the ground. I think that was oh shit. That sucks. That's the first time I died in a long time. Dying is so pain when you hit level 90. I will say running the irradiated tablets though is kind of nice because a lot of your maps are eye level 80, so you get some pretty decent experience out of it. But I'm gonna try to get as much. Ideally, I would like to finish out my logbook, my expedition Atlas passives tonight. I only have like a couple hours to play, and I gotta get ready for work tomorrow. Get all my shit set up for it, so we'll see how much I can get done, how many logbooks I can actually find without having any Atlas tree node spec'd. They are somewhat rare to come by initially until you get those Atlas points. But we'll see how it goes. That map doesn't connect, so we'll go this way. I was really hoping this lightning arrow would work, dude. If you put it like all the right support gems in, you can get a 40% more multiplier, and it's sick, but it like just doesn't apply that well. And I'm wondering if I can offhand swap a spear in, because the spear physical conversion is like 80% to lightning. So I'm wondering if that would give me better odds to apply shock, because 40% multiplier is insane. It's so much damage. But sometimes it takes like 10 or 15 shots, which is just too many for it to be reliable. Sometimes even more. But finding a way to get shock on would be insane. I don't know if I can use the spears though. I think all the spears need strength, right? Everyone I've seen requires quite a bit of strength, and I'm not running any. Yeah, so many explosions though. Should I chance it, dude? Should I just send? I have 5 annulments that I can use on my prefixes. I really want more DPS, but I kind of feel like I should farm more. I feel like I should get like 10, dude, because it's so rare to hit. Like I've definitely gone through 5 before and not hit physical damage, and it is pain. Because then I'm stuck with like a 200 DPS bow. It's so fucking bad. Nah, I should just be patient. I should get like 10. Maybe I'll do it in an hour or two when I've got a couple more built up. I don't really know what I'm gonna do about the situation with the whittling and my bow being broken though. I don't even know if like riding support will actually do anything. I don't know if they would be willing to fix an in-game item. I feel like they wouldn't. And it also makes me wonder like how it happened. Is it because of the fracture? Does like a fracture break the whittling? I never saw this happen last league. It's a good bit of splinters. I think I'm starting to get frozen a little bit now that I'm running Breach a little more. And I'm running a rarity charm, but I think they reduced the rarity. I don't think I need anything other than over 100%, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't really seen any numbers on that, but I thought I heard something like that. And if that's the case, I should be running a freeze charm and not a rarity charm. Because getting frozen breach is not ideal. I'm hoping that the Waystone drop chance doesn't feel this bad all the way through. Like, I kind of remember last league that it took a little while to build up your Waystone pool. You know, um, I just remember dropping a lot more, especially when you're running something like Breach. And now it feels like you might get lucky and find one a map. But outside of that, you have to kill the last rare to get it another one. Did find this three this map though, which is nice. But the big problem with being like this limited on how many you find is when you go to start like running juiced up maps, you need to be discarding a lot of your maps, right? Like anything that doesn't have rarity, rare monsters, or quantity on it, you want to be getting rid of and not running. Um, Also, anything with like hyper dangerous mods while you're trying to level early on, you want to be getting rid of your uh, penetrates and shit like that. Penetrates elemental resist, super dangerous in breach and expedition. And so you need like two or three times more maps than you want to run, so you can discard the ones that don't end up being good. And I just don't feel like you're finding that many. But hopefully with running expedition and breach, I start to get a little bit more back per map. Have you guys found anything good from these wisps? I feel like 1 in like 20, I actually get some currency drops from them. I knew they were going to be like this. Once I was watching the video and I saw that it went into a single rare monster and like that was the benefit you got from them, I was like, oh, these are not going to be good. Unless they went insane, right? And like gave it a ton of extra affixes to really scale up the rarity. I don't know. Maybe when I get more Atlas points that I can use. Ah, damn it. When I get more Atlas points that I can use, I'll try to actually put it in the passive tree and give it a real test. But as of right now, I don't think it's. I think it's bait. Also, I feel like it doesn't like go to the closest one. It just like picks a random S1 in the map, and you have to follow it for so long. It takes forever. I do think once I build up like enough currency, I do think I still want to try minions. I'm not convinced that they're bad. Well, that's not entirely true. I saw Kriparian's video, and generally, if Kriparian says something's bad, then it's bad. I wasn't really convinced based on like the other people that I heard talking about it. I was like, I just don't think these guys know how to build minions, to be honest. But then I saw Kriparian was saying that they were kind of despair, and he's the goat. So I'm a little more convinced they're maybe in a bad place, but I still kind of want to take my crack at him and see what I can do with them. I do feel like a couple of people maybe jumped to conclusions a little early on them. Um, People were complaining about their survivability and stuff, but I've heard this before, right? Everyone complains about their survivability, and yet I look at their fucking Atlas tree and they don't put any single point into the survivability of the minion. So it's like, well, yeah, no shit, they're dying, dude. They have 5 resistance and 0 increased HP and no phys reduction, like, obviously. But I don't think Kriparian's one to overlook that, so we'll have to see. I do kind of want to give him a go. Mostly, I think I want to give him a go because uh, melee specters are never really an option. and PoE 1 if you want to farm fast because their clear speed is like abysmal. But I kind of want to see if I can make their clear speed halfway decent by running a Blasphemy Curse and then just, I don't know, probably a probably an Evasion ES build, I would think, so that I can stay in the fight. I mean, Evasion is really like one of the strongest defenses you can get. Um, it's a hammer too. Wait, aren't melee builds are kind of like what's up right now? There might be some value in picking those up. I heard the warriors were doing well. But yeah, if I can play like on the front lines and keep the blasphemy applied with like a really high melee build, melee fizz build, then you know, and like explode as I ran. I don't know. It's all speculation though. I haven't really looked at the available specters and like what's performing well. It's just my thoughts as I play through randomly. Think about how I would go about it. Like when I did the warrior build, I made a warrior bleed build, and it really didn't have very much. It's very nice right there. It really didn't have very much access to the evasion, and so my solution for it was to just anoint um, this right here, and you just get a really big evasion chest, like 2200, something like that. You know, at the stages of the league, you can't get tons of other stats, most likely for a very realistic cost. Is that reaching that? But yeah, you don't get many other stats for very realistic cost, so you just get like the highest evasion you can, and then anoint that, and like that should pretty much get you up to 80% evasion, even if you're over on the caster side. Um, no, I want all these chests. I would think I haven't like POB'd this or like actually tried it. I'm just like theorizing based on like my experience with the warrior. I think without pathing over the evasion, I should be able to get pretty high ES and evasion. I would think. But as of right now, this build's pretty fun. I'll have to see how the really one hit. Maybe I had stuff built up. I'm always so bad at the roll when I'm streaming. I don't pay attention to the heavy stun that well. Yeah, I'll have to see when I actually get this bow to like a realistic DPS. What the you know, single target's gonna feel like on like a tier 4 boss. I mean, it's not like the best, you know, for like a build designed for clear speed. That single target isn't bad, considering how low my DPS is on it. Like it may be really good for single target. I'm gonna go pee real quick. I've been drinking so much water getting ready for work tomorrow. I haven't done construction in fucking months, so I'm like chugging water to prepare for it. But I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that. I'm like 10 glasses of water in. I've had kind of a hard time selling rares this league. Like I've definitely sold a few here and there, but um, I have 5. Ah, dude, I don't think it's enough. I've gone through probably, I don't know, 20 or 30 of these at this point, I think. And initially I was paying like 4 to 5 divine for them. And then I actually messaged Belton. I was like, dude, what is going on with this gain 4 mana? Like, it is for sure the lowest tier. Why isn't it being removed? And he didn't know either. He was like, right support. I was like, fuck, dude. So I guess that's what I'll have to do. I mean, it's all for just a chance, right? Like, what are the actual odds that when I whittling off this 4 mana that it actually hits attack speed or crit? But the thing is, with how much I've invested into this, like if I do end up hitting a high fizz damage on it, then it's like, why not? Why not make the bow look really good? Like if I get the base attack speed on this bow up, this clear would be insane. Nice. I found a lot of those. Those in the perfect, and I'm wondering. I feel like I'm finding a lot more than I did last league, especially considering no other currency is dropping, and I'm wondering if it's all because of the local knowledge. I don't know how I don't notice that that thing's not swapped. Okay, I'm putting on a freeze charm, dude. That's so bad. I was not really having issues with getting frozen. I think when I lost the DPS on my bow, things are just dying a little slower now. So I'm getting hit a bit more. I just don't really know if the rarity is capped at 100 or not. Like, I don't know how big of a hit they did on the rarity, you know? And like if they didn't reduce it, I need to figure out. I need to like find out for sure. Because if they didn't reduce it, you want to get as much as you can to offset the loss that you got from the rare monster modifier. But that's just rough. The row is so cool, but he's also kind of annoying. So I was trying so hard to make the other version of this work, where you could go the same movement speed while attacking, which I think I might go back into. But I just need more DPS before I can. Do I have an expedition on this? I don't think I do. No, I don't. Oops. What? Am I tripping? Where the hell is this boss at? Is he in the center? Oh, no, boss on this one. just started adding an expedition, trying to increase my currency a bit. So I don't really have any tablets, unless maybe I have some in here. I think rarity will also be good. Um, because you can drop all, you can get as much quantity as you want and drop all the shit. Like that would be kind of insane. Oh, and then an irradiated. See if I have any. No. These are all boss ones. There we go. That's what we're looking for. Rarity, yeah, I think rarity would be good. I think rarity would be good. I think you need to get rarity to be able to get this shit to scale up into currency. Based on what I saw with the map I did earlier. I gotta find this thing I dropped. Where did it go? But based on what I saw earlier with the map I ran with high rarity and a rare monster modifier, I think like you do still want to run quantity on these. You know, as much quantity as you can get. But I think you want to prioritize rarity a little bit also. So like something like 20%, 1% quantity with 42% rarity, I think that'll be good. Yeah, we're gonna give that a shot. There's not too many overlapping with these three towers, mostly just in here. Yeah, we'll give like the seepage a shot. That should be pretty good. I hope. Why didn't that open? Maybe I didn't click it. Wait, what? What's going on there? Uh, hmm. I mean, I need to run this map. So I'll do this augury first. I want to save that map for that one. You just bugged at me. If I open another one, it'll work. When I come back to it. I probably should run the rituals, just trying to get audience of the king. Kind of prefer to skip them if it's not eye level 80, but it's fine. I do need to hopefully get lucky and hit an audience of the king at some point. Maybe I'll just check the first one. Oh, you can't. You gotta wait. That's right. Just built this chugging through mana like crazy. Especially when I just run around spamming attack. So much better when they're surrounded by monsters and I get to spread the bursting plague. I mean, I suppose with how few items they're dropping, I could probably just apply the poison and run past. Same way I do in the breaches. shit, I was supposed to put a freeze flask on. Or charm. Where are my clasped hands at? The other thing I like about Expedition is these terrible layouts like this for Breach just don't feel nearly as bad, usually. Like some of these breaches on some of these layouts just feels terrible. Oh, that's right, I was going to try and find an audience. I didn't run a ton of Ritual last league. I'm not really a huge Ritual fan because of PoE 1. I know it's a lot better in this game than it is in that one. But I'm just like tainted from PoE 1. Oh, it is the same. So you have to clear 3 to see everything. Okay. Um, but yeah, I'm tainted from PoE 1, so I really don't like to run it, but I think I'm going to have to this league. It's going to be the only way to like make decent currency. Dead. While I have it on my mind, I need to put on this freeze flask. Charm. Freeze charm. Dude, when you're holding control over your items to go to sell and you hold alt at the same time to... Or no, it's just when you're holding control. Like, it doesn't show you... Oh, what the fuck? That's... No way that's worth anything, right? One exalt. Let's see if anything else comes up. Shit, this might actually be nice. Look, with one exalt too, though. Yeah. I don't know what it is about Ritual, man. I used so many blood-filled vessels in PoE 1 and like never made anything from it after like days of farming it. I just burnt all my currency and it just ruined me for Ritual. I just never get lucky with it. And so because of that, like I find the whole system just like super tedious. The checking of the items and like, the rolling through the windows. Another Gwenin. Don't really care too much about the artifacts. Was boost up the rare monsters a bit. And then actually I should do is more rare monsters better than I don't think so. I think we go logbooks. Try to maximize our chances. Oh shit, I should have went over here. That sucks. I didn't even see it. These blue and yellow chests are priority always. I'm hoping also that the chests end up dropping me some divines as well. I'm hoping that that wasn't really touched much. Um, like I'm assuming it's not. Like the rare monsters got ruined from losing the modifier, but the chest should be fine. And I did end up finding like quite a handful of raw divines out of them. Lastly, when I was doing a bunch of expedition. So hopefully that stays the same. I'm pretty sure that unique is worthless of it. I'll figure it out later. Okay, can I go into the seepage now? Oh, it's locked. That's so weird. I should save my good map for step, actually. Oh, that's such a shit map, dude. It's a little bit better. It's so hard to exalt your maps right now because it just doesn't really feel like you get uh like 3 exalts back from them sometimes. They're so bad. This one's eye level 80. We'll do the ritual here for sure. All right, well, there we go. I guess I paid for my map. Nice. I need to figure out how to get some chaos resistance to this build too. What am I sitting at? 36. Oh, that's okay. I picked up a ring. This thing's pretty nice, I guess. Oh, I need to reset the stun meter. Nothing like Breach on Augury, man. So good. This build would have been so much better with the old density. With the way the poison spreads from Bursting Plague. It still does pretty well in it, for sure. But the old density would have been absolutely insane. I'm almost tempted to do the 10% density with breaches open and close faster. I don't think I'm going to make it back to the other side. I'll just start looting. But like the closer I can get things together, the more damage I do. Initially, when I didn't have the multi projectile bow, that's kind of how I was killing a lot of things. Is just letting them follow me and stack up, and then whenever the plague bursts, it just kills everything. It's not good. I only have one portal. Nice. That instant recovery flask, man. Insane. How rare are the audience of the Kings where you're not running the passive? They're like hyper rare, right? I feel like they are. I guess at the stage of the league, I should probably spend a little more time checking for something like that. Oof. Is it? I mean, it's definitely worth buying, but uh, sure. I think those are actually worth a little bit more, and I use them. I don't think it would be worth it to fracture. I think the only good fracture would be plus fizz percent. I think I've learned my lesson now with this bow. How expensive crafting is in this game and changing your prefixes around or suffixes or whatever you're trying to craft. I think you just have to fracture the most rare mod or don't fracture anything. Oh, it's magic monsters. Quantity of items on monsters and rare monsters. Sure, we'll take that. We'll try and pick up these logbooks. It looks like we're pretty heavy into monsters on this one. Try and just grab as many as I can with the remnants we have. Oh, this is a huge room. Damn it. I keep missing really good charges by not exploring everything. There we go. I think they, yeah, I think they did nerf the Atlas passives for Expedition just a little bit, but ideally I need to get to them as quick as possible. Expedition feels so much better once you get those passives on. Oh, it went into him? There we go. Thank you. Alright, just kidding. Wisps are the shit, dude. What are the options for them? Like, you can pretty much just scale the chance of them being a certain type, right? I mean, that's okay. Rarity would be nice. Yeah, dude, I'm just not buying it. That is like the one and only time I've ever gotten anything good off the Wisps. It's probably gonna be a lifetime before I get anything else. I think I've got a couple of divines. I might try this bow again real quick. I think I have 6 prefix attempts, maybe 7, depending on if I can sell some stuff. I might take another shot at finishing this bow because I really want more damage. It feels a little clunky to run in these tight corridor maps when you're not able to kill super quick. Like when you can run around them, it's fine. You just move past them after you get your 10 poisons on, and then they die. But in the tight spots, you can't move quite as quick with the low DPS bow that I have. So let's see with the divine. Actually, before I do that, let me open this logbook real quick and see if I can find the boss, in case all goes wrong. I still have some DPS to be able to kill this boss, if I get lucky enough to find him. Oh, we get him. Huge. I think I'll try one more of these. Um, Wait. Actually, this isn't Black Scythe. I don't think I'm gonna waste my time with this. Just kill the boss and move on. Hopefully, I didn't really learn much about the lead mechanics. He kind of just fell over. We'll see. We'll see if anything one shots me. Ideally, if I'm gonna take a death from this to learn the mechanics, I want to do it early while I'm on the earlier phases and I still have some portals. Like that shit right there. Is that gonna one shot me later? That definitely looks bad. Get out of that. But I just don't know the mechanics. I don't know what's lethal and what's not. That's definitely lethal. I mean, so far this guy's kind of like a piece of cake. Is there supposed to? Am I just evading everything? Am I getting lucky? Like, seems like nothing he does ever does anything. That's bullshit right there. Whatever that is. Plus four I don't think it's gonna do anything for me. It's also garbage. I'm sure this is garbage too, but I don't know the uniques in this game yet, so I just pick everything up. Nice. Okay. So yeah, I think the best course of action now would be to come out of this and then go into these to increase your quantity of logbooks and the number of runic monsters, which will also help a little bit with artifact drops and currency. I think. Yeah, I think we do that. Try and get as many more logbooks off the ridge as possible to get the rest of the Atlas points. So far, it's really easy. I might be able to handle him tier 4 in a super easy. Zesht I'm a little more worried about because of my mana. Let's see how bad these are. Oof. They're going up pretty badly. Two or three. Maybe I'll run a couple of maps with a buy order in, I guess. It's a little steep. I don't know if 5 is enough for me to want to make the attempt for the reroll yet. Yeah, we'll just go with that. Where am I at here? I mean, Seepage is a. You know what? I think I'll save the good map for Step. Just do like a regular one, because Seepage is just so garbage, man. Like, you just can't really get value out of your breach on it very well. That sucks with the annulments. I don't. The gap is really big. Um, 45 to 80. But I'm also a little afraid not to just buy them ASAP because I think they're going to continue to rise in price, and with as many as I'm going to need, potentially, I want to try and do the majority of the crafting as soon as possible before the prices reset, and who knows what they'll end up being, right? Like, it's very unknown. I think they're more common this league, which is really nice, but they still could go up to, who knows, 10 divine each or something, and then I'm screwed. I will probably it'll take me a lifetime to finish the bow. I'd like to get, oh, huge. And then we'll do number of rare monsters with this pack here. Quantity drop by monsters would have been nice over there, but can I? It's a big pack there, and maybe that is what it is. I think that's what we got. Maybe if I corner it, I can get all that shit over there. Good enough. Another logbook, huge. I missed the yellow chest? Dude, I put like 3 charges in this area. How the fuck did I miss the yellow chest? Oh, dude, it feels bad. That's unfortunate. All the divines I've ever gotten come out of that yellow chest. And the majority of the logbooks too. The yellow chest is like prime. You gotta get it. I mean, I did still end up getting a logbook, so I can't complain too much, but that chest is big. I also need to work on this delirium soon. Getting double the splinters is kind of big. This guy must have chaos resistance. Jesus Christ, finally got the shock as he dies. For this new irradiated map feature, do you have to do all the maps around it to do the main one? Um, what do you? I'm not sure I understand your question. What do you mean by that? I love mounts so fun till you get knocked off. Yeah, trust me, I feel the pain. I don't know if you that whole video that I made was a little bit long because I went into the build, so I imagine most people didn't watch the entire thing unless they were curious about the build. But I talked a bit about it at the end, um, where I tried to go into this node here, 50% less movement speed, and then you can also pick up another 10 here, and then run the support for another 25, and then you can anoint. And like I got it to about 90. Like I was so close to attacking at full movement speed, but I still felt the slow a little bit, and it was driving me crazy. I couldn't do it. But yeah, I feel the pain. The instant life recovery flask is massive for when you get knocked off. I'm so bad about it when I'm streaming too, because like I don't stream that often, so I'm not hyper practiced at it. And so just in general, like talking while I'm playing is foreign to me a little bit still. And so I end up not paying attention to my stun meter a lot. And so while streaming, I get knocked off like every 5 seconds, I feel like. It's also hard, like, even if you notice your meter go up during breach, to get back off and back on a lot of times. But it's just so good. Like, how do you not play with it, right? It's so good. What? That was a big fireball. This bug, dude. Is this a bug? What is this? This shit is so bullshit. On the boss maps, after you kill the boss, if you fucking die, you lose the whole map. Like, what is that? That's what happened to me on my last corrupted Nexus. So frustrating. I assume all the loot's gone too, right? I don't even know where it was. It's probably not even worth going back, but I think it just like deletes and clears your whole map. I guess the only workaround is just never do the boss until the very end, right? In case you die. Feels like you're walking on quicksand unmounted. Yeah, it's pretty rough. Once you get used to the mount, it's like impossible to go back. If they ever get rid of this thing, I'm never playing the game again. And it's also like, how do you play anything else right now other than a bow or spear build? It's like insane how unbalanced it is. Do we get lucky again? So far, I found two bosses in three maps. No way we find him again, right? Unlucky. I see that there's no boss, but I always like triple check just because there's so much cluttery shit. Sometimes your eyes don't catch them right away. Yeah, no luck. Yeah, the Nexus thing, it's like Bloodspot where the league mechanics are in the map. It won't let me put a map in. Wait, you talking about the corrupted Nexus? It won't let you put a map in here? I haven't had to clear the maps around it, no. I clear a map that's connected to it and it lets me go in. But with that being said, I have done a couple of maps this league where like I'll clear out this map and then it won't let me go into the next one. So maybe try and clear a different map next to it. It seems to be bugged out or something. I'm not really sure. All right, what's my best map? Rare chests, unlucky. This is really the best map I have. Damn. All right, well, I guess we do quantity and rarity. I must have used the other one. That sucks. Your Lich Chaos dot build is nasty. Oh, that's what's up. I'll have to look around at some other Lich ones. I'll be right back. I got to pee again. Fucking 10 glasses of water to prepare for work. Noticing some lines on the next to the map that go under and not through, so it looks like it will open, but it doesn't. Yeah, I noticed that as well. Like, especially when there's a bunch connected together, there'll be like some that aren't like visually connected. Why did I... What do I have on this? Antidote charm. Oh, I put rarity on it, right? I tried a bunch of rarity precursors on this one. And then I put quantity rarity on my map. Yeah, I think you want to get as much rarity as possible. Quantity or rarity. Because your character's rarity multiplies off the map's rarity, so getting it as high as possible is big. And if your options are quantity and rarity on your tablets, then you should 100% be able to self-sustain them. Man, getting attack speed on the bow would be kind of huge, though. Just to stack poisons faster. Okay. I think rarity on the tablets is nice. I was kind of waiting to see with this breach if it was going to be like a one-off thing that those first rares were dropping a decent bit of currency, but no, it's definitely looking like rarity's the move on tablets, at least a little bit. I'm not gonna get max value out of these though until I either get the fourth tier and slow down the breach, or finish the bow. At this point, I'm kind of wishing that I didn't fucking fracture. I just like bought a bow. I would have rather spent 40 divines on like a different one at this point. Like some like 500 plus damage one with just like one or two projectiles. But that's all right. A lot of time left in the league to finish it. Pretty sure I won't stream again for a while though. Not even sure if I'll play too much. Occasionally here and there. Buy one and sell your fractured one? I mean, yeah, I thought about it too, but the problem is I'm like 40 divine into it. And that's where all my bow money would have gone. If I would have known it was going to be this bad to hit, then that is what I would have done. How can you scale main hand estimated damage per second? Are you talking about with like Poison's Concoction? Or for what? For your bow? For the skill that I'm using? Does it say main hand on it? Oh, okay. It does. By increasing your attack damage, your physical damage, just like how hard your poisons hit. So like, what do I have in here? Kill this guy real quick. So I'm at 96.11, right? And if I take off 30% more max fizz, now I'm at 73.93, right? So you scale up physical hit damage, you can scale up your projectile damage, anything physical, right? Because the poison's being converted from physical into chaos, which then makes your poisons hit harder. That's why armor break is good, is because as soon as their armor breaks, oh, that's why my clear sucks. Shit. But as soon as their armor breaks, then your poison arrow starts hitting harder, which makes your poisons apply at a higher tick. So between Wither and my Curse and like the armor break, my poison burst is a lot more than this. I'm probably sitting somewhere around the 150,000 DPS, I would guess. I don't know. I'll have to watch the next boss I kill to see kind of like where I'm at, but but yeah, chaos damage doesn't do anything but Wither and Um, Despair do. It's also very nice for Expedition, because the big annoying part about Expedition is that the guys block all the time. But even when they block, your poison still explodes on them, which applies the poison and you get your damage off. Dot bills are always the best for Expedition because of the blocking mechanic. Did I find another logbook? I thought I did. Maybe I opened it already. Mark gift. Recover life equal to 18% of mana. Recover mana equal to 15%. Huh. I doubt that has any value, but it's interesting. Wait, so does that mean when I use a mana flask I get... Wait, this seems kind of sick. Recover life equal to 18% of mana flask recovery. Wait, does this have value? This is kind of nice. Whoa! Okay. Is that accurate? Oh, that's standard. Fuck. What is this bait, dude? What the fuck? I got so excited for a second. What the hell? Alright, well. I think it's kind of decent, though. If I had another charm slot, I think that's probably the one that I would use. Oh, shit. My video editing. Check out the gold unique charm. What's the charm called? Wait, are they not called charms? Am I tripping right now? Is it just called gold unique? Gold unique. Yeah, what's the name of it? I'll check it out. That meme was so funny with your video earlier. I appreciate it. I was laughing while making it. So stupid. I showed it to my girlfriend. She got like 4 seconds later, then took off the headset and just looked at me like I was an idiot. Oh, sorry about your ears. Turn that down real quick. You just put in charm and scroll down? I can even put charm in. And I didn't see it on the type filters either. I've never searched for a charm on here. Where the hell do you find it? Rite of passage? Nothing. Possessed by spirit of the primate for 16 seconds on use. What is it supposed to do? Oh. Oh wait, they showed this in the video, right? I thought 10 months ago. Well, it's very expensive. I doubt it's actually selling for that much, right? I imagine it's going to drop pretty significantly unless there's a special way to get it, but um, hopefully as more show up, it won't be that insane because I'm kind of curious what that is. I would like to check it out. It sounds like it's cool. Does it just like possess you and make you go super fast? And it says on use too, so does that mean that you trigger it? That would be kind of cool. Proximal tangibility is lame. Especially on this build where I often just like get the 10 stacks up and then I just run away. Just to keep the speed of the map up. Can't really do that on those. I think it's something with evasion? Oh. That's lame. I don't know what anything's worth. Something with evasion, huh? I mean, I don't know. It's probably not worth that much then. Unless maybe you're playing it on like a build that struggles to get evasion. But I feel like on most builds it's pretty easy to get up to like 80%. Like 75, 80 is really all you need. Like the more the better, obviously. Like I really want to get back into Wind Dancer. I really prefer like 80 to 85. And then, 90 is even better. Obviously, that's how evasion works. The more the better. But in order for it to be like an effective survival mechanic, you don't need it to be crazy high starting out. So the only way I could see that charm being like really worth it is if you're on a class that is just like can't get evasion really. It might not be, somebody said that in chat. Oh, okay. I mean, Primal Spirit or whatever it was called. It sounds like something that would give you like a bunch of damage and speed and something like that. It sounds like it should be really cool and not just be like some defensive thing. It'd be kind of lame if it was just defensive. Dude, this is man. I can't overstate Chilled Ground right here and Temporal Chains. Dude, this like I am in love with Relentless Pursuit. It's so good. Chilled Ground is normally so painful to run through. Same with Temporal Chains. Damn, it's already 8 o'clock. Shit, I got like another 30 minutes. I'm gonna go for like another half hour and then I'm gonna try and chance the bow again. And I'll probably be off for a while. I imagine I'm gonna come home tomorrow and just like eat a bunch of hamburger meat and pass out. I'm gonna be so beat. Sitting on my ass playing PoE for the last several months. I work out occasionally, try to make myself go for like walks and stuff, but I'm not the best at it. I definitely got pretty out of shape not working. I would like to pick up that rarity too, but it's gonna cost too much. Okay, this is a huge expedition, but I'm getting destroyed. I have to path this way. So many rare monsters here. Damn. An expedition like this is where like more explosive radius would have been huge. I still am gonna get a lot in there, but that's a lot of runic monsters. I only have one 9% explosive radius right now. Hopefully when I start farming these expeditions a bit more, I'll start getting more options on the precursors. Would have been nice if that was Black Scythe. I might try and run the other one actually. This this Atlas section here is definitely better. But I did a test, and like last week when I tested it, I made something like 9 divines in an hour running this one, and then like 10 running this one. So it's not as big as you would think it would be, even though it should be like insanely impactful. But the reason for that is because they take longer. Like you have to play them a lot more careful because everything from Expedition one shots you when you run this. Like it's such a more challenging mechanic to run when they get scaled up by a prefix suffix and everything's 35% more dangerous. And so like if you misplay ever in some of these like tight corridors and you get hit by one of the AoE spells, you're just dead. It doesn't matter. I had like I think fucking 15k mana or in ES or something like that, and I still get one shot. It's like insane. Like, there's no surviving it. You just have to dodge or you lose the expedition. And it's like almost impossible not to lose a couple of them in an hour. That's a dead end. I want my rarity maps back. You get so much more currency when you can get rarity on your map. But I just don't have the map pool for it yet. Dude, Breach Splinters were like 4 divine last night, man. And I ran Zesht with it. And I was like, I should sell this one. I guarantee they're gonna like drop halfway in price when I go to get back on, and that's exactly what happened. I was so bummed out. I got on and they were like 80 exalts for a breach zone today. Last night they were like 150. It's like, damn it, dude. I should have sold that one. I guess I'll try and get the spirit. Just go so slow. Sometimes he does like this little stagger thing where he gets slow, and then like he doesn't go, he doesn't go to the rare closest. Why? Wasn't paying attention. Almost got bloated. Like, look, there's a rare there. There's a rare there. There's a rare there. Why? Why are we going over here? It's so silly. It's right here. This is why movement speed is so king. Because after I kill these guys, I gotta run all the way to back down there. It happens so often. It's painful. I can't imagine doing this league on like a warrior or something. I don't even know if Temporalis. I wonder how bad Temporalis is. I should look at a video of it. Dude, Temporalis was insane last league. Like, as soon as you get Temporalis, you don't care about anything in this game anymore. You don't care about the size of the maps. You don't care about having to repath for rares. Like, oh man, it was so good. But I feel like if it you get away to second in between blink, you'd still move really quick. Probably faster than anything in the game. Still. But it would feel not as good. That's for sure. I haven't even looked at how much they are this league though. I'm kind of curious. There's none on the market. No one's found a Temporalis yet. Holy shit. That's any too. No one in the game. Is it just because nobody can do it yet? Or is it because that actually hasn't been found? That would be crazy if it hasn't been found yet. You missed your Autobomber Blood Mage? Trust me, I played it too, man. That shit was so good. The game was like insane. The game went from like feeling sort of painful to like, hey, this is actually pretty good now. No, not quite exalt worthy. Not getting any love. Ooh, it went up to 65. Down to 77. I'll just take that one, sure. Give me one step closer. You're getting so expensive, dude. There was two last flames, and what? They're gone now. Do you think they failed? That would be brutal, man. Rust Bowl's like kind of mediocre. Dude, that would suck so bad to buy one and fail. I want to try the no hit stuff. Not on this game. I'd probably try it on PoE one. I don't think I care to do it on this game. I don't like Sanctum enough. That's a pretty rough FPS right there. But yeah, I want to try it on PoE one. But dude, the investment, and then if you fail it, and I've talked to some friends who do it, and they're like, "Yeah, man, you'll practice it and you'll get it good, and then you'll do like three of them, and then you get overconfident, and then you fucking fail your fourth one and like lose all your profits." Like, dude, that sounds so painful. Oh, they ever say you haven't clicked? Oh, okay. So maybe they're still up. I'd be kind of be depending unless they were like hyper overpriced. I'd be kind of surprised if they were still up. It's kind of like an early league Mage Blood. Those things always go so fast. It's a lot of chaos damage coming at me. One day I'm gonna hit the tier 2 fizz. The amount of those Gemini bows I picked up and transmute augmented and still not hit fizz, like a high tier fizz, makes me so worried to craft this, dude. I'm probably gonna be like 200 divines in before I hit, dude. We'll see how much more pain I want to endure missing it before I just give up and then save up for a bow. Expedition logbooks, rare monsters. But then it like dries up. There's like no runic monster markers. So let's go pick up this quantity from, this rarity from chests. Do something like that. Eh, it's pretty bad. But a lot of times I feel like just kind of getting through them, going quicker is better than doing them perfect. You fucker. I knew I should have dodged there. Oh, dude, really? Gross. I was so close to 91 too, damn it. Is my map bugged out? Oh, you get a. Oh, you can walk back into it. Well, that's weird, but kind of cool. They let you redo it? That's insane to me. I need to redo my loot filter at some point. This is pretty rough looking. Two random modifiers. That's pretty dog shit. And no audience with a king. I might send it on this bow. It's an 810. Maybe I'll try to pick up one more. And then I'm going to start trying to re-roll this bow again, I think. These breaches felt so much better when I was up around 400 DPS on the bow. Are omens getting any cheaper? The one that I want has stayed pretty close to the same. Um, and I'm kind of hoping it does until I finish my bow. I'm sort of happy that the bug happened, to be honest, even though I didn't get direct value out of it. I'm getting a lot of value on my bow. But eventually I think it's, I don't know, it might go up, it might go down. It's hard to say. Like obviously the infinite re-rolling messed up the value for that day like drastically, but they also made changes to ritual to make them more common, so it's kind of hard to say like where the league will actually land. It may be that they become, cheaper, and it may also be that since they are cheaper, more people will be willing to experiment with them, which will then, make the market have a lot of people buy them, so the market will. It'll be. I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna get more expensive or cheaper. My assumption is more expensive though. I would have to think. But as of right now, they're staying pretty consistent with where they were. But yeah, I think if they're like a divine apiece, then I think a lot more people are probably gonna want to use them to craft. Like no one was really crafting last league because it was just insanely expensive to try it out. Like 30 divine apiece, and like there wasn't a lot of information on them either. Um, is anyone running mana builds anymore? I've not looked at anything going on the witch side. I don't know if they're. I don't know what's going on with them. It looked like mind over matter and all that stuff kind of got messed up pretty hard, didn't it? I don't know. I didn't really look too much further. I saw that Grim Feast was deleted, and I was like, all right, I guess I'm not playing Witch anymore. I was thinking about trying Queen of the Forest with it. I was like, maybe with like an Adorned, I can get over to the Dexterity side of the tree, and then run a Queen of the Forest, and run like a Dexterity Necromancer or Evasion, sorry. But then Queen of the Forest got nerfed. Adorned got nerfed. Your Jewel Slots got nerfed. It's like, okay. Too much unknown there for me. Also, probably, even if it did work, a better secondary build. Because, getting adorned on a league start is not the most reasonable thing. But it doesn't matter. It's basically dead now. $8.15. Alright, I think this is my last map. I'm gonna try and sell off some shit and pick up another one if I can. Reroll the bow. And then I gotta get off and get ready. Wasn't even really planning on streaming tonight, but I figured I'd just put out the video and maybe there's some people some questions. I figured to hop on, show my face, maybe show the build in case some people were curious about it. I didn't do the Zest on stream, but I did do tier 1 and 2 of the Expedition boss on this stream. And you can go back and check it out. I did it pretty early on, so if you want to see like the single target DPS, you can check it out. Tier 1 and 2 was a breeze. I don't imagine tier 3 will be much more difficult. Again, though, I'm severely under DPS. Like, the build will perform much better with a better bow. Could probably get like another 30%, I would think. Artifacts. It's Rog again, dude. I haven't seen Tujin at all. Quantity in chests. Man, it would be nice to get over there. I don't think I'll be able to get those ones there, though. Damn it. The expedition pathing in this game compared to PoE 1 is just so awkward. The size of the charge does not fit the size of the map. Fucking expedition, dude. Never stop moving. I was getting overconfident because I'd run a bunch without any issues. But when you're not really paying attention to the remnants, sometimes you hit stuff that hurts. Logbook? Logbook? No love. What is that? Sire of Shards. I kind of want to make a build around that, just for fun. I don't think it would be good, but I just kind of want to do it because I've always been a fan of that weapon. It's something you can get the DPS for it. It's one of those things that just kind of looks cool. Having 5 extra projectiles on a spell. I'm definitely going to try out some other builds. Once I farm up a handful of divines and I kind of consider this character complete, I do want to try a bunch of other stuff out that isn't as meta. Not like Giga Farmers, but just like more for fun builds. Nice, thank you. I'm about to get demounted. Alright, well I can definitely afford another Sensual Annulment now. I think within 7 or 8, I've got to be able to hit Fizz damage again, right? Like, even if I don't hit the big one that I'm looking for, at least I won't brick my bow like I have been when I try to do it with like 4 or 5 at a time. And my bow's bricked and I got to start farming Breach at like half DPS. It's like the stupidest way I've ever crafted in a league. It is so not the way to play. Should not be like recrafting my main weapon all the time. Like, so insanely lucky to hit +4 projectiles with Bow's Fire's 2 arrows, but like I almost wish that it didn't happen. I think my league would have went smoother if it didn't. Almost nice. How many million? Nope. Dude, all these. All these new uniques. I have no idea what they're worth. Alright. Probably don't have enough for one yet. I'll sell a Breachstone first. See if I can get another, Seeming Springs, perfect. Number of rare monsters, I guess. I'd rather have rarity. I'm gonna try to get a Breachstone itself because I don't think I have quite enough to buy another annulment yet. Unless I have a bunch of Exalted Orbs that I don't know about, but I don't think I have 40 saved up. Plus I want a little extra currency to reinvest back into mapping. If this inevitably fails. Which I'm sure it will. You get so much more experience on a tier 80 map. Also, that's another kind of benefit of the irradiated setup. A lot easier to level once you hit high level. I mean, not dying is the best way to level, but also gaining lots of XP is nice too. I'm not even sure if Bursting Plague is worth it. Wait, are these guys armored? Like, would I clear better with just, like, out using Bursting Plague at my DPS? Uh... Hmm. Well, it felt better for a second, and then it didn't. The breach doesn't seem, like, tight enough together for the Bursting Plague to feel, like, overly worth it. On breach specifically. Because the biggest benefit of the Bursting Plague is on the rare monsters, when they have a bunch of smaller monsters next to them, and the smaller monsters pop. I pathed so bad on this breach. This sucks. Yeah, no, I think Bursting Plague is a lot better. Shit. It was a good breach too. Fucking tried to roll, but it wasn't fast enough. Didn't see it until I heard it. I'm looking at my skill gems. I don't really have time to do another one. So we'll see how close I get. I might just spend a couple exalts to finish out the Breachstone, and then I'll sell it off and try to recraft the bow. Wait, do I still have... I do. Can I jump? Oh, man. Dude, they said you're going to be able to jump over walls. They lied to me. You can only jump over... There's like 2 walls in the game that you can jump over. It doesn't really do anything. Should probably take it off, though. I'm going to accidentally hit that and get myself killed. What's the best spear base? I don't know what spear base I should be picking up. What the fuck was that? Quantity drop by monsters. Looks good. Pick up these monster nodes here. Pick up that there. And looks like that's it. Oh shit, that's not good. There's still a charge left. Logbook again. Never lucky. I got pretty lucky. Finding 2 bosses and 3 logbooks is insane. I heard of some people going like 15 or 20 logbooks before they found the boss. Make sure you're running. It's got to be eye level 89 plus if you didn't know to find the, or 79 plus to find the boss. But some people said that like they were running 79 plus and they would go like 15 plus logbooks without finding him, which is insanely unlucky. I've always found him within like 5 on average, but like 10 on like really unlucky streaks. And I think that was only like once. And I ran him quite a bit too, testing if he was worth running for the uniques or not. Which at 10 exalts each, it might be worth running him over selling the logbooks. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look what the flask costs. But the jewel is only like 2 divines right now, which is kind of nuts. Please tell me I have a checkpoint up there. Oh, dude, that's pain. I'm not going for him. This is it right here. This is why you need your move speed. It's so brutal. All right. Let's see. We get lucky. Mm, kind of okay, I guess. Not really. Any cold builds going on? Somebody will probably pick it up or something. And they're going back up again. All right. Dude, it's so discouraging sometimes when it doesn't hit. Luckily, the other shit's cheap though. All right. Only remove prefix, 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 prefix. Prefix, prefix. Just fucking like triple check this shit. Why did I fracture this, dude? Uh, I'm gonna be left with a fucking dog shit bow again. That would be insane on something else. Alright, we've downgraded the bow yet again. Oh man, it's so painful. Why did I do this? Next time for sure. I hit 90, and dude, I hit 90, and it felt pretty good, honestly. I should have stopped there, but it's like I just how do you stop at 90% increased when you have +4 and +2? I might have to pick up another bow though. I don't know. I just keep hoping that the next time it hits, like 10 more divine, it'll hit, and then it never does. Dude, like the waiting is so bad. Like if you look at like fucking PoE one's waiting, there's like 0% chance. Like your fizz chance to hit a tier one is pretty decent, you know? I mean, still not good, but not bad. And then you look at your fizz damage, like tier one fizz compared to fucking. Oh man, it's so bad. You basically can't hit it. Like I'm really just gonna settle for like this is what I'm really looking for, like one of these two. And then, if the lottery hits, then, maybe I'll get lucky, but if I can get the bow up to like 450, maybe 500, then I'll call it good and I'll stop. But I can't settle for like this. I can't settle for like an 80 or 60. That's insane. Even though it's fucking four times more likely to hit. Oh my god. And I've only hit this high once. I'm gonna be working on this bow for a lifetime. Maybe I should stop. I might have to stop and save up for another bow. What is what does it look like? I mean, at this point, I could have fucking bought the one that I'm trying to craft. What would I want? Like, I don't know, like, see, 480. Do like two on Gemini bow. It's gonna be like 80 divines, right? Oh my god. I mean, that's like legit what I would want to craft. But he's smart and he fractured the fizz damage. I don't know. The clear would feel a bit bad at that. I think I would like three projectiles more than two. It just spreads your poison so much better. But I would prefer to have 520 DPS. I might stop. I might go up to 40 divine and buy something like this, and then I'll work on the craft, and then it won't be so devastating when I miss. Because now I got to farm at the fucking 267 DPS bow, which it's more like 367 if you include the projectiles, the plus projectiles. But at this point, I might be better off just going back to my old bow. I'm kind of curious the DPS. Is there anything left in here? But definitely losing the plus projectiles feels pretty bad for clear speed. It's not the worst, but still clears all right. But even with the projectiles, like my damage is going to be half now. That's still fine. Yeah, that sucks. If I find another logbook, I'll have to probably re-roll the bow before I do the tier 3 logbook now. Maybe. I don't know. I killed him really fast last time. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Maybe it won't be that bad. But anyways, I gotta head out. I gotta get ready for the big day back to work tomorrow. So thanks everyone for stopping in and hanging out. Oh, sorry, what'd you say? I don't get the purpose of the fracture in PoE2 because the availability of crafting options are limited, unlike PoE1. Um, I mean, there's still options. Like, that's what I just did on this bow here. If I was smart, I would have fractured the high tier fizz damage percent instead of the fizz damage because it's like 5 or 6 times more likely to hit. And then you just have to, um, like, you hit that fracture and then you just spam chaos orbs onto it until you get like a couple suffixes that you want or a prefix that you want, and then from there it gets a bit expensive. You know, you have to use um, either the prefix annulment or the suffix one. Is it not called sinister? Dextral. And then you basically just keep annulling off your suffixes or prefixes depending on what you hit, and then hit it with exalted orbs until you're happy with a couple of them. Like crafting like a mid-tier thing isn't that bad, especially with a fracture. It actually kind of, I think, opens up some crafting options to make things easier. But it is expensive, yeah. But I mean, it's pretty expensive in PoE one also, right? Like sometimes I'll spend like 400 divine on a high end piece of gear, you know, that there's not a mirror version of. So that's expensive too. But it's also a lot easier to get 400 divines in PoE one, so I don't know if that's a fair comparison. I feel like 400 divines is in PoE one is like 40 divines in this game. But anyways, thanks all. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for hanging out. I'll catch you next time. It'll probably be a while before I stream again, but I'll keep working on the build. Maybe I'll do an update later if I ever finish the bow. Maybe I'll message GGG support and then I'll whittling off the 4 mana and then I'll hit tier 1 physical and then I'll have a mirror bow. Maybe that'll happen. Pretty unlikely. All right, peace out all.